Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing another 8-4 Dragons of Tarkir Fate Reforged draft. Radiant Purge is the rare, not very good. So let's look at the other cards. We got Acid Spear Dragon, which I like. Silumgar Butcher, some removal. Dutiful Attendant, Kolaghan Aspirant. I'm looking at, I think Acid Spear Dragon or Butcher. They're both pretty good. I may just want the Dragon. It's kind of an expensive first pick, but there's a lot of Dragon Synergy cards, which I like. And this isn't the best of the cycle, but I kind of like it. Butcher's good too, though. They're both pretty good. I think I'm going to take the Dragon. Pretty unexciting first pick, to be honest, but it's fine. We'll take it. Okay, so follow-up pick, probably just taking the Epic Confrontation. Scion of Ugin is a dragon, of course. Silumgar Scorn has some dragon synergies. I think we just want the removal spell here, pretty clearly. I'm certainly not marrying black by taking a black card first pick. It was just, in my opinion, the best card next to Silumgar Butcher. But definitely taking Confrontation now. Okay, so third pick. Vulturous Haven. Great card. Stampeding Elkherd is very good too. I think Haven's better. Debatable, whatever. It's so hard to compare cards that play completely different roles. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to say Stampeding Elkherd's straight up better than Haven. Haven's a mana cheaper, a colored mana less. It flies, it has exploit. It's so hard to compare cards that have completely different roles. So some people, will say, yeah, Stampeding Elkherd's for sure better, but I disagree. I think it's more of like a preference thing, and it depends on how far along in the draft you are and stuff like that. But I'm a huge Vulturous Haven fan. I love that you can get the versatility of it. I will definitely say Vulturous Haven is more versatile than Stampeding Elkherd, which is the reason I think I'm taking it here. Getting past some Palace Familiars, but I don't know how likely they are to wheel. Okay, strongest card in this pack. Probably Interceptor. Seismic Rupture is actually pretty good too. Fourth pick Interceptor. Like I said, we're past some Palace Familiars, but we might be passing those right to a blue player. It's hard to say. I like Butcher's Glee too. I could just stay a little more on color with black, but Butcher's Glee is actually legitimately good. It's not like Interceptor's insane. But if I end up blue-black, I'm going to want it. But if I end up in blue-black, I wouldn't mind having Butcher's Glee either. Life gain is pretty important. Maybe I just take the Glee then. I actually like Interceptor, but Glee's pretty strong too. Okay, geez. All right, pass some blue picks. This is a good sign. That might be the signal I need that blue is where I'm supposed to be. I like Evolving Wilds too. I think I'm going to take, Summons versus Drowner. In blue-black, it might be argued that Drowner is better. Because you get all those blue and black cards that are good for good sack fodder. And Exploit is going to be really good for that. Summons is a good card too, though. I think I'm going to take the Drowner. Okay. Sadist. Negate. I don't mind taking Negate. It's pretty good. I've never been the biggest fan of Sadist. Lightning Berserker is good, but let's take the Negate. It's a main deckable card. Alright, a bit of a miss here. Not sure what I like the most. They're all pretty lackluster. I'm just so unlikely to play Striker Nemesis, I don't even want to take him. Guess Echoes of the Kentry's the strongest. I doubt I'll need a Spider Silk Net, but maybe. I don't know when I would sideboard it. Alright, Self-Inflicted Wound, on the other hand. Good sideboard card here. Not insane, but certainly good. And more exciting than the rest of that pack. Alright, Faithful's fine. Good early blocker. I think I'm a little more likely to want... Well, there's also Dance of the Skywise, which is a combat trick, but... I like Sidisi's Faithful in a blue-black deck. If we end up blue-black, it kind of feels like we can end up blue-black. And I think it's better than Skirmisher in a blue-black deck for sure. Alright, we'll take the Silumgar Scorn. We already have a dragon. And Reckless Imp isn't a very good card in blue-black. It's not a very good card in general, but if you're in red-black, I could see it justified a little bit better. All these cards kind of suck. Guess Orator, maybe. I don't know. Alright, you know what? I'll take Updraft Element. I actually like it more than Sadist. It's good in blue-black. It is a legitimately good blue-black card. Nice way to hold down the fort while you get your big stuff on the line. Getting fourth to last pick blue and black card, not that they're great, but they're playable, is kind of a good sign, actually. Doesn't matter, I guess. Mystic Meditation's playable. Okay, well, it does seem like blue's open. And at the moment, I am trying to make blue-black work. I mean, I'm almost positive we're in blue, just from the fact that I think it's open. Here's Palace Familiar, but I think we actually do want the Dragon Lord's Prerogative. It's a strong card. I want the Palace Familiar, too, but it's hard to deny instant speed, especially when you have a couple counter spells already. It's tough. I mean, we can dump Mystic Meditation and happily take Dragon Lord's Prerogative. I would want Palace Familiar too with Vulture Save and a Drowner. But I think since it's rare, since the Prerogative is rare, I think we're going to want this. It's a strong way to refill your hand for sure. I don't think Confrontation's likely to happen. You could, honestly, you could probably splash for a Confrontation, but we just don't have great creatures for it. Alright, now we get some interesting choices here. We have Belltoll Dragon, so that's going to have some, well, you can pretty much just disregard the Prerogative synergy with dragons, because so seldom are you going to play against counterspells. But the Silumgar Scorn one is legitimately important. Belltoll Dragon is good, too. But I might want some actual cheap spells. Spellfist I would take over Hand of Silumgar, I think. Hand of Silumgar is good too, but I think I like Spellfist more for a blue-black deck. Actually, I guess I don't have to, but I'm going to take the Vlatin because it's good removal. It took me a little while to see it. So, I mean, how likely are we to table a hand, a Spellfist, or a Dragon? This pack is actually kind of deep, so I think there's a small chance, but I'm not getting my hopes up too much. Vlatin, on the other hand, I'm just happy to take. Okay, Bloodchain Rager's not the best in a blue-black deck, but I think it's slightly more exciting than taking a second Elemental. There's also a Custodian, but, I mean, it's not like Bloodchain Rager's a bad card. At worst, it's a bear, and it's a bear that has to be blocked by 2 guys, and it affects your other warriors. Not that we're likely to get a bunch more, but there's really nothing else in here I care about. I could take a Monument if I wanted to maybe find a white card that I'd want to splash. That's reasonable, but Bloodchain Rager as a bear, I mean, we're going to need some early spells. So even if it's trading early, I'm fine with that. Okay, there is removal in Foul Tongue Invocation, but I actually think we really want this Palace Familiar. It's just much more in line with what we want with our Drowner and Aven. I think Foul Tongue Invocation is a legitimately good card, though. And it's uncommon. And we do have a dragon, and life gain's important. But if I don't get any sort of good sack fodder, Aven and Drowner get worse. They're still fine. Well, this is interesting now. Now I'm like... Invocation's pretty good. There's some matches where it's terrible. But removal is removal. Jeez. I could hope to pick up like Jeskai Sage and Sultai Emissary out of pack 3. Maybe I do that. I want the Palace Familiar. I do. I think removal is important. Okay, now it's Coat with Venom versus Dragonloft Idol versus Meringue, River Skeleton. I think we want the Coat with Venom. There's really never a time where Coat with Venom's bad if you're in black. It really is just a good card. Especially even with like Sidisi's Faithful. Okay, I think we actually want Dutiful Attendant. There's also Defeat and Deadly Wanderings, but we don't have good exploit fodder yet, and Dutiful Attendant's pretty important for that. If we had some, I probably wouldn't, put it pretty highly. I've also, people have mentioned this before, so I'll just say it. I don't like Defeat very much. I've played it. It's okay. I just don't like it very much. But Dutiful Attendant in this deck seems like could do some work for us. Okay, Contradict versus Carsey Deceiver. Carsey Deceiver currently have Acid Spewer Dragon, and that's it. That's not going to do it. Otherwise, it's a 0/4 blocker. I think we take Contradict. This is one of those cards I was talking about that's going to play well with like Prerogative. Granted, it's pretty late game, but leaving up a hard counter plus or being able to draw cards is pretty good. I like it. Clone Legion. For each creature target player controls, put a creature on it. Yeah, that's pretty questionable. I guess we'll take Zephyr Scribe. I don't like the card very much, but we're looking like we're 18 lands already, just because I have card draw, and Zephyr Scribe I imagine would be okay. Otherwise, Wandering Tomb Shell's a good blocker, but I can imagine Zephyr Scribe being good in an 18 land deck. There is Deadly Wanderings too. Guess I should point out, but I don't think Ojutai's Breath, this is really the deck for it. It's more of a tempo-based card. Pinion Feast is going to be good against us, but I mean, I guess we just take the Breath in case I need it, but like I said, it's not that great for us. This deck needs some work. We only have decent cards all around. So Pack 3 is going to really make or break this deck, I think. Take the Nemesis. We might actually need it, sadly. Alright, I'll hate the Dromoka Warrior. I don't know why we're getting Dromoka Warriors so late. Gate Smasher. Pretty good with Updraft Elemental. Drowner. Guess we'll take it. It's not like I'm playing a Keeper of the Lens. Alright, maybe white was open. It looked like white was open this direction if we're getting stuff that late, but obviously it's too late to double back on what we're doing now. We're going to have enough cards for a deck, but I want something big. We don't have anything. There's nothing flashy here. We need some actual, like, big finishers. Big flyers. This last pack is very important. We need Sultai Emissaries. We need Jeskai Sages, Lotus Path Gens. I'm trying to think of some actual blue and black fatties from favorite. Well, how about an Archfiend of Depravity? Thank you. Answered my question. So Archfiend slamming. It's like 100% what this deck needed. Cloudform would also be very good. Hope to wheel. That's not going to wheel though. So Skullkeeper, Whisk Away, Right into Being. Right into Being would be, I think, the ideal wheel. It rhymes, so it makes sense. Whisk Away would be a good wheel too, but Right into Being is just really good for these kind of decks, especially when you're running 18 lands. But oh wait, Wooded Foothill's probably not worth enough where I can't take it over Archfiend in an 8/4. It's worth 5 tickets. Ugh. Do you know how much? All right. You know these drafts cost like 8 tickets, right? That's so depressing. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I have to. Fine, I'll take the Archfiend. I'm so disappointed in myself. You have no idea how much that pains me inside. I just know there's going to be people freaking out if I took 5 tickets over an Archfiend for this deck. Oh my god. I basically just passed the draft. I'm so disappointed in myself. Alright, Gurmag Angler. Take it over the Typhoid Rats. Angler's awesome. It's another great finisher for us. I'm never going to get over that. Just pass 5 tickets. Alright. So, Whisk Away versus Right into Being. Our removal currently is Coat with Venom Trick, Butcher's Lead Trick, Foul Tongue, Flatten. We're actually a little bit removal light. I'm almost debating Whisk Away now. And hope to wheel the Right into Being. I think there's a better chance Right into Being wheels. Alright, Whisk Away. Take it. I really don't want to play Nemesis. Reach of Shadows, there's some good removal. There's a Frostwalker too, which is actually fine for us, but I'm taking removal. Alright, Executioner's good, Typhoid Rats is good, Jeskai Sage is good. I like Ugin's Construct. Alright, getting a lot of good picks here, pick options. Typhoid Rats is good. I think Merciless Executioner might be a little bit more what we're looking for. We're going to play 18 lands too. I just don't see a reason not to when we have Dragonlord's Prerogative, and I would prefer to not play. I'm going to cut some stuff I'd prefer to not main deck. Sage has good synergy with Aven and Drowner, but I think I actually just want the Executioner. It's a pretty awesome card. Works with Dutiful Attendant fairly well too. All right. Douse and Gloom, taking it. Good card. Good pickup for us. This pack is really bringing our deck together nicely, I gotta say. Will of the Noggin, not likely to main deck it, but we'll take it. All right, Hued Stone Retainer. I don't think I can make work in this deck, sadly. Don't have enough cheap stuff. I do have Coat with Venom and Faithful, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Harsh Sustenance. I think we'll just hate that. All right, we did. Wow, we got Whisk Away and Right Into Being back. We're so creature light. I may just want to. I think I want the Right Into Being. I like Whisk Away, but I think Right Into Being is right for our deck. I did want to wheel it. I'm surprised we wheeled them both. That's a good sign for blue. But we're going to run 18 lands, so Right Into Being, Dragonlord's Prerogative just makes more sense to me. We're like decent on removal now too. You could always have more, but we're very creature light still, which is fine for like a control-ish sort of deck, but I think we'll hate the Monk here. Actually, Turn of the Earth's good against us. We'll hate that. I'm still kicking myself over passing a 5-ticket rare. I'm never going to live that down. It's going to haunt me, especially if I just get throttled round 1. I'm just going to be like, why didn't I just take my 5 tickets? The quantity I draft, I really should just be taking 5-ticket cards. It doesn't matter how bomby Archfiend is. Like, 8-4s are so... Not 8-4s. Drafts are so unpredictable in terms of it doesn't matter how good your deck is that you really just do need to be taking stuff like that. If it's a PTQ, obviously go for the Archfiend. If it's an 8-4 and you play daily drafts, take 5 tickets. Skullkeeper will definitely take with the Angler. I kind of like that. Sibsig Host. We have enough counters. I'll take the Host. I don't think we're likely to play it, though. Definitely don't care about Erishan Cleric. I guess I don't care about Jeskai Runemark either, but whatever. Dark Deal. Okay. So, as we hoped, our deck was like pretty awful looking going into Pack 3, and Pack 3 really made this entire deck come together nicely, so... let's take a look here. We don't have to main deck Negate, especially if we have Contradict and Silumgar Scorn. Although we only have one dragon, right? So maybe even Silumgar Scorn's not good. No one ever expects it, but with one dragon, it doesn't seem all that useful. Can cut that too. So run this, and this would be 13 creatures. Removal, we've got Foul Tongue, Douse and Gloom, Whisk Away, Flatten, Reach of Shadows, Merciless Executioner. Finishers are like Acid Spewer, Dragon, Archfiend, Angler. Surprisingly didn't get any Lotus Path gens. Alright, this deck's not great. Admittedly, Archfiend's a pretty defining card in this deck, but I would still go back and swap it for 5 tickets. Butcher's Glee is going to help a lot in the aggro matchups, I think. Like I said, I don't have to... Alright, I don't have to run 18 lands. Here's kind of why I think I should. I have... Vulturous Haven to draw, double Right Into Being to make card quality better, Dragonlord's Prerogative, and Contradict. I think to even piggyback a little bit more, I could swap a Skullkeeper for a Zephyr Scribe, but then I'm just so low on early play. But Skullkeeper's not that great. It basically just makes Angler cheaper, and we already have Drowner to do that. I think we swap Skullkeeper for a Scribe. I don't actually like Scribe very much, but if I'm 11 ways to untap it and I'm running 18 lands, it just sort of makes sense. I could also just run 17 lands and run Skullkeeper too. The question is, do I need 18 lands? I probably don't. I top out at 6 with 1 card. Angler's never going to be played for 7. I do want to consistently hit land drops, but my curve's not even high. Plus, it's not like I couldn't use more creatures. Not that Sultai Skullkeeper's all that good, but I think we can get it. I actually think, after looking at it again, we can pretty easily get away with 17 lands. If I had a bunch of top end, I think it would make sense to run 18, but I just don't. And I really could use some more early blockers. All right, I think we're running it like this. So slightly more black than blue. Probably just do 9-8. Probably what they suggest. They do. Okay, 9-8. This deck's not insane. Archfiend defines it. Gurmag Angler's huge too. The rest is acceptable. But we're going to run it like this. So, all right. That's it. We'll see you round 1.